Here, here, he pilates. Here, here, here.
Good. Five, four, three, two, one.
All right, Candice, how long have you been doing Brazilian Jiu Jitsu?
Brazilian Jiu Jitsu specifically, about 6 months off and on.
6 months?
But I had a car accident, so I had to take a long break.
Okay.
So I've been doing Jiu Jitsu here about a month.
Okay. And what got you into it?
You know, so I have 3 brothers,
Okay.
and we all used to like watching UFC together. And instead of cringing at the UFC and being kind of afraid or nervous for the people, I was kind of like, yeah, get some, you know? And so when I saw it a lot, my brothers and I would joke around and we would roll around in my parents' basement. I mean, as an adult, but I mean, they're adults too, but we would roll around in my parents' basement for Thanksgiving and things like that. And I really enjoyed it. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to learn a few things and then I'm going to teach them a few things. And so now I'm the jiu-jitsu person in the family and they all kind of like that. It's great.
And you were in the Army?
I was in the Army.
Okay. So did you do any other type of combative training?
No, they didn't start doing combative training in the Army until after I left. I was in over a decade ago, not to date myself, but we didn't do it back then.
Okay, and so you've been doing it for 6 months, but have you had a chance to compete or do anything like that?
I have not. I'm competing in the Pan Am Internationals in LA
Okay.
in March.
Excellent.
So I'm training for that competition.
Okay. And
Are you going gi or no gi?
I'm going gi.
gi. Okay.
I'm kind of a gi person.
See, I have no gi experience.
Let's see. And
It's cool.
you've trained a little bit with the Fight Factory in Colorado?
I did a while ago, years ago, before my accident. When I first decided that I wanted to learn mixed martial arts, before I wanted to specialize in jiu-jitsu. But, you know, a lot of heavy guys there with a lot of skill, and ended up getting injured a lot there, so I had to opt out of that.
And let's see. How has Jiu-Jitsu impacted your life?
Jiu-Jitsu has changed my life, I can say. It has made me a healthier person, a happier person, a more motivated person at work, with my family, with everything. It has a power about it. When you put on the gi and you're rolling around on the mat, your brain is there, your mind is there. And I put all my heart and soul into it. So at the end of the day, if I've had a bad day at work and I have a good day on the mat, it's a good day.
So you feel it's a way to release your emotional pressure or baggage that you have accumulated?
100%. If it wasn't for that, I think I would take my stress out in more negative ways. Instead, I let it all out here.
So it's become a positive and constructive outlet for your own emotional issues.
Definitely. It definitely gives me a better way to handle stress in life and to be able to know that even though I'm having a bad day that day at work or with my family, that if I go roll, I'm going to feel better. And there's a lot of other ways you can get that, but this is a healthy way to do it. And I'm really fortunate to be involved in this sport.
Okay. And will you share with us maybe a funny memory or one of your better memories of training here?
Sure. Most of my good memories here are with Norm. Norm is the purple belt.
He's funny.
It's awesome.
And he's my best friend now.
Okay.
So I've developed relationships outside of this place that will last a lifetime.
Nice.
Very fortunate. And I had been doing, in the gym, a lot of hip adductor abductors because I had, which are the gayest exercise in the world, because I was training for lightweight bodybuilding, figure competitions. But I had it in my mind that I wanted to choke Norm out with my legs. So, this is kind of graphic. So, he was in my guard, and he kept saying I wasn't going to be able to tap him, so with no hands, I just cinched down my legs and put him to sleep. And one of my best memories is him falling on the mat, waking up and saying to Curtis, the black belt, Did you see that? It's crazy. And then I went home and told everybody, and they didn't quite get how exciting that was, but to me, a lot of texts like I choked somebody out with just my legs felt really good.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That's great.
And is there any advice that you would give to someone that's new to jiu-jitsu?
I would. Especially for women. One, don't let the men scare you. The men, although you would think that it's a strength thing or a muscle thing, it's not. It is not. It's about technique, and it is about leverage, and about physics. And I can take down a 250-pound man, and I know that I can. So that's one thing jiu-jitsu gave me that I didn't have before, is the ability to protect myself in a way I never thought I could. But for women wanting to come into the sport, don't be intimidated by the men, because if you learn the technique, you can hang with the best of them.
What do you feel about the role that women have to play in jiu-jitsu in a sense? There's a lot of jiu-jitsu practitioners that are women, but it seems as if, and this is this author's opinion and observation, that a lot of women are not promoted as fast, and a lot of people don't spotlight women, and we don't agree with that. We believe that since it is not based on strength and on overpowering your opponent, but on leverage and technique and flowing around your opponent's weaknesses and taking advantage of those open spaces and using your physics and your leverage to take advantage of it, then obviously a person who uses their mind above their brawn would be better at it. And it seems that women have gotten a bad name. So what advice or what ideas can you give women to make them better at jiu-jitsu, to give them an advantage?
Don't be timid. One, hold your own. Be confident.
Exactly.
Because in the end, it's a leverage game. So it doesn't matter if they're 250 pounds. Go into it with confidence, saying, even if I don't know it, if I practice it and I learn it, I will be as good as that person, no matter how much they weigh. So but when women come in, a lot of times women approach things a little hands-off, a little more timid. I don't want, in general, we kind of watch a little bit more. I think you just got to dive in. You got to dive in and go for it, and the problem is you kind of have to prove yourself. That's unfortunate, but that's with anything. In high-powered jobs, like I'm a lead systems engineer, I have to just dive in, go up to the whiteboard, show them that I belong there, and you have to do the same thing in the mat, because nobody's going to hand you any favors here. If you don't hang, you don't hang. You have to leave. But if you have the desire, get in, show it, be passionate, and the rest comes, right? You got to show that you're passionate. Don't be scared and watch and be timid. Just jump in, and if you're not going to get hurt. Well, you might get hurt, but you're not going to really get hurt. So you might as well jump in with both feet, because they'll respect you that way, and you'll learn a lot more. So
learn to translate the confidence into every area of your life as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there anyone that you would like to thank or spotlight for, to say hi to, shout out, anything like that?
Sure. So I would like to say hello and thank you to my daughter Alexis, who is a beautiful and wonderful child. I couldn't be more blessed. Who is also a budding jiu-jitsu star, so she's quite good. My husband, who's very encouraging and very supportive of this sport, even though it is kind of a man's sport. And then to my best friend, Evey, who is a bodybuilder, who helps me learn every day how to be stronger and more confident. Okay. And that's it.
All right. That's good. Anything else? Yeah. All right.